also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
You know, you two girls have everything. You're tall and short and slim and stout and blonde and brunette. And that's just the kind of a girl I crave.
Current law, that's not true. It is the law, where parents, should not be having their kids socially transitioned behind their backs. The schools cannot participate in the transition of a child without parent buy-in. Now, there's a little bit of a discussion back and forth, potato on that, whether the parent needs to opt out first and then the child won't be socially transitioned. And I think that's a weak position, but that's the position the state is taking. I'm taking the position that it's a fundamental right to raise your child and to determine what medical treatments they're getting, including deciding their mental health treatments. And so the school is obligated to inform the parent before they start calling Sally Mikey. It's a different story if the teacher is walking by a lunchroom table and the kids are talking and one takes on a trans identity at the lunchroom table. But if the school's not participating in it, meaning they're not using the wrong pronouns, using a different name, giving out free binders or packers or trans tape, then I don't think the school needs to tell the parent. But certainly if the school is participating, they do. And schools are rolling the dice on that. And I'll tell you, I'm speaking with a national firm on how we're going to start forcing schools to follow what the Supreme Court has said in the Merritt Belly case, as that case continues on through the Ninth Circuit. Yeah, and the interesting part is, this tickles me to death, because the parents in the Marabelli case, they are, they come from my group, the Our Duty USA group. They are parents like me, and they got angry and they got involved, and they are the parents in that lawsuit. And the Ninth Circuit's in a bind because the Ninth Circuit's a very liberal circuit, and they're going to have to decide whether they are going to restore parents' fundamental rights and affirm that right in the appeal, or whether they're going to get overturned by the Supreme Court by ruling the opposite way. And, appellate courts do not like to get overruled, but the Supreme Court has pretty much said, we're going to overrule you if you say parents don't have a right to know if their child is socially transitioning at school.
And I find that amazing. Bonta, after SCOTUS came down with the ruling, Bonta actually went back to the Ninth Circuit and basically said, hey, can you overrule these guys? Right? Thinking,
Yeah,
my
and
God.
right, he went back, and then he went down to the district court, and I actually flew down for that hearing at the district court. I mean, it was comedy from my end, and I think the judge was just having a good time because he retired right after, so this was his parting salvo, and I mean, he really railed on the state, on Bonta's attorneys. And it was really a treat to see him in action and to see Paul Jonah work his magic. I mean, he almost didn't have to say anything. The state just couldn't make any cogent arguments whatsoever. They were trying to, make the argument that all parents are essentially abusive, and we can't tell parents until we know that they're not going to abuse their kids, which is ass backwards. Excuse my French here, but that's the antithesis of American law. Parents do not have to prove that they are fit. It's the opposite. The state has to prove that they are unfit. Otherwise, teachers are the judge, jury, and executioner. But that's what they asked for. So it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting because we last year, March, we had a town hall at our school district for 3 hours. We had 165 speakers, and the other side came out really early to grab those speaker cards and come in. And for 3 hours, I heard how horrific parents are, how nasty parents are, how they shouldn't be involved in this decision because these kids know what they are and what they want. And, especially Christian parents, they beat up their kids for being transgender, gay, or lesbian. And I finally had enough. I'm like, can you bring me an article that specifically says this Christian parent said this is against our religion, so I beat my kid to death in the street or I threw him out? Show me that. And they weren't interested.
Yeah, I mean, they can't because it's made up. Look, I've talked to at least 1,000 parents of trans-identified kids. None of us kicked our kids out. If anything, we held them tighter. So it's all made up. It's
Yep.
And not only that. I mean, look, we have studies. Every systematic review that has occurred in the world has resulted in a finding that it is harmful to, use sex-rejecting interventions on children. Every single one says that there is a low evidentiary basis for doing this to children. 100 out of 100%. And Finland just published a study, and Finland's not a conservative country. It's a very, very liberal country. They published a study, and they track all their kids because they have countrywide medical coverage, and so they watch these kids. But they showed the mental health of males who underwent feminization. Their mental health worsened severely. It went from 9% of them had severe mental health issues to 61% post sex rejecting interventions. Not as big for the girls, but still very significant. How much proof do we need?
Well, Erin, I've been watching these studies out of Germany, out of Sweden, out of these European countries that have cut this off and said this is not working. We approached this wrong. We've implemented this wrong. We need to rethink this. Got to go for a quick commercial break. Be back in a few minutes, people. Don't go far.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed fee legal solution in the country with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me can understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real, aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. That's 800-871-3291.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
We are back at it again. Joe Massino, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me, 855-REAL-JOE. I'd rather send me an email, joe@joemassino.com, joe@joemassino.com. I don't want to waste her time. I want to get her back on pretty quick here. Attorney Erin Friday joins me, and she has been pounding the courts. She's been at this fight. She's a great soldier for this, to help with your kids and make sure that you have a right to be a parent, to know what's going on with your child, and protect your child. So, Erin, thank you so much for being with me. I do appreciate your time with me.
Such a pleasure.
Well, during the break, somebody sent me a note because the show originates out of California, and I know you're very much familiar with California. And here in California, a 12-year-old in school is allowed to make decisions for themselves when it comes to medical treatment. They can allow or not allow their parents to know what's going on with them. How are we gonna get around that? How are we gonna fix that?
Gosh, this is a long game. They have been on this since really to the late 70s, when they did this mature minors. There was a case, that gave a mature minor their minor's rights. Now that was, I don't think, a precursor to what happened later, but slowly over 2 decades, parents have lost their parental rights, and we just kind of handed them over. We were silent. Most parents don't know that they don't have access to their children's medical records as soon as that child turns 12. And it's to protect the children. I mean, it's just an insane concept that your child can get a blood test and you, parent, can't get the results without your child being with you and telling you that you're allowed to get them, when your child, of course, is not going to even understand what the blood results mean. But it's an absurdity. We have, in the left-leaning states, the assumption is that, or the presumption is that, that parents are not worthy to know about what's going on with their children because their children know best, and that's just, it doesn't make sense. We have laws on the books that talk about a child's immaturity, impetuosity, and inability to understand long-term consequences. And we use those 3 words when we describe a child who has committed a crime, so that we won't treat that child as an adult, because we recognize that they have the inability to understand long-term consequences. They have the inability to make cogent decisions all of the time. But somehow, when it comes to medical, these kids suddenly get the powerful brain cells that allow them to understand what they're doing to their bodies. It's just an absolute absurdity, and we have a lot of work to do. But the Supreme Court, like I said, they've been handing us some gems that we can launch more attacks on these laws that have taken away parents' rights to parent their children. It's as if we get to birth them and we get them until they're 12, and then the state controls them, or worse, the child controls themselves. I don't know about you, Joe. At 12, I was making some pretty dumb decisions.
We all were. I know some adults that act like they're 12, but most 12-year-olds never act like adults. So I know that you're exactly right with that. And it is worse here in California than it is in most other states. I mean, I have friends of mine that are afraid to, I hate to use the term because people take it the wrong way, but punish their kids or ground their kids or what have you, because they go to school and they talk about how mean their parents are, and their parents locked them in their room when they really didn't. It's like your word against theirs. We get it in front of the school board all the time when they come up with these cases. I do not believe that these parents that I know lock their kid in a room. I'm not buying it. But yet the child said it, so Child Protective Services get involved, and at that point, it's almost over for the parent at that point.
Well, these kids are taught that. I mean, they're actually taught that, the child's rights, and the schools will have speakers come in to know your rights, child, and these kids have no idea what this stuff means. I mean, my daughter at age 12 served me with emancipation papers. Now, where the heck did she get those? She got them from the internet or someone at school. She doesn't even know what these mean.
Right.
They don't even understand what happens if you are taken away from your family. I mean, that was the conversation I had with my daughter when she said, I'm just going to run away. And I said, well, let's go check out like what it looks like if you are living out on the streets. And we did a little tour. I'm like, well, let's talk to the homeless lady here and see if she feels safe out here. And let's talk about the facility that you're going to be put in. And do you think you're going to have an iPhone 10? And do you think you're going to, be able to watch whatever television show you want to watch and, get a steak dinner if you want a steak dinner? Like, what do you think you're hopping into by leaving your home? They have no comprehension of what it means. And they also don't understand. I mean, this was a conversation I had with her because she thinks because I'm a lawyer that I'm also a judge. But I said, you put yourself in this position. You go ahead and get taken away. The state owns you. I don't have the ability to come pick you up, and you don't have the ability to say, never mind. You are now the property of the state. And these kids don't get it, but they're being taught to weaponize Child Protective Services against their parents.
Yep.
And it's true, these kids are, you even have therapists. One was chastising me because I took my daughter's phone. Well, my daughter was looking at porn. A good parent takes the phone in that situation. A good parent does that. A good parent tosses their kid's room if they think their child is doing drugs. This is what a good parent does.
Erin, I've read articles about psychiatrists that think that parents should watch porn with their kids so they can right? So they can explain and make sure the child understands what's happening. Right. That's what I want to do.
I took a class. I mean, this is great because I just didn't believe it. This is when I was, still a novice. Porn literacy. And it was put on by SECUS, which is who writes, the sex ed curriculum for a lot of California schools. Yeah. And so I'm sitting in this Zoom and they're talking about, I thought porn literacy was going to be more of like telling your kid the harms of this and to be very careful and what it does to your brain and how it's going to rewire it and make it very difficult for you to have relationships and whatnot. And no, it was how to watch porn properly. And this instructor who teaches at high school, she goes around to various high schools, was, teaching them how to watch porn properly. Look at the positions. What do you see that you like? I couldn't hold it. I mean, I lost my mind. I think it's still out there on YouTube, but I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, you want 14-year-olds to watch porn. Fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. Why don't we also line up, a whole bunch of cocaine in front of them too? Well, they need to see it. They need, they're going to be at a party eventually with this here. So we might as well introduce it to them while they're 12 and teach them how to do the line correctly. I mean, the absurdity behind this is, as absurd as what I was just saying about the cocaine. Nobody's going to disagree with that, but porn, yeah, sure.
I remember in the 70s when they were pushing, look, your teenager's going to drink. You can't stop them from drinking. They're all going to be somewhere. So why don't you just let them drink at home? Have their friends come over. If they're going to drink, let them drink at your home so you can keep them safe. I'm going, really? Why would I encourage them to drink at all? Like there's a safe space to throw back 8 beers and then go driving or go home or something.
Yeah, right. I think parents have to recapture the word no. No is a great word. And kids actually like the word no. Yeah. The meanest teacher my kids had, I mean, she was mean. She was the kindergarten, first grade teacher, combo class. She was mean. Yep. The kids loved her. Yeah. Every student loved her. And she would be like, no, you are not doing that in my classroom. I mean, we would fight to get our kids into that class.
Oh, yeah.
because kids need boundaries. They push on them, and it's the job of the parent to say no. No, we put our phones away at 10 o'clock, or no, you're not watching the internet in your room for hours.
We banned his phones from junior high school, and in a year, the atmosphere in that high school is totally different, that junior high school. Hey, real quick, Erin, before we run out of time, tell people about your organization, how they can help you.
Sure. My organization is Our Duty USA, and we are at ourdutyusa.org. We are a nonprofit, all volunteer group. We do parent support, detransitioner support. We try to hook parents up with attorneys when they have CPS knock at their door, or they're in a custody battle, or they want to go after their schools. You can get involved. We're always looking for volunteers. And if you're a struggling parent, reach out to us, and we will help you get into a support group that is, appropriate for the situation that you're in.
All right. Well, Erin, God bless for what you're doing. I mean, seriously, I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of aggravation, but you know what? Just like my school board position, it's just so rewarding in the end. So I appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks. Have a great night.
All right. You too. All right. Erin Friday. I mean, guys, go check it out. Google her name. There's so many places, and you can see some of the stuff that she was doing. And I think it's great.